end of the world because WhatsApp is down Tuesday. Hey, at least you guys quit talking about COVID for a minute.
Yeah, and things, it seems, are starting to come back up. Specifically, Instagram is finally starting to come back. So please, everybody, please stop putting pictures of what you're eating and your cats and your dogs on Twitter. Go back to putting that on Instagram. You're safe again.
It's 9:10 now. Joining us in the KUAM News Zoom room, Jenna Gaminde from Guam Homeland and Office of Civil Defense. Good morning, Jenna.
Hi, good morning.
I guess we'll just kind of start with this global outage of WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and Jason informed us Tinder is also down. But is this affected at all anything with Civil Defense and Homeland Security?
Well,
not the Tinder part, Jenna.
It's a viable communications tool, damn it.
Go ahead.
But for us, of course, we're looking at weather-related events and how we're going to be pushing out messaging. We utilize our social media a lot, but what we did do is put a disclaimer. We want people to, if they need to get their weather alerts, and they're normally getting them through Facebook or through WhatsApp, of course, check out our website. It'll be operational 24/7, dhs.guam.gov. NWS's website, we have that listed there as well. You can also contact us. Our office line is operational 24/7, 475-9600. But internally, we still have our processes through here. We're still able to contact one another through our radio systems, utilizing our cell phones. But yeah, we continue operations as normal, even with this outage right now.
And speaking of weather alerts and things like that, have you guys received any reports of flooding? I know that the small stream advisory is in effect till 10, but have you guys received anything?
None have came in that are impassable, no roadways yet. The flood advisory that National Weather Service put out, and I'm not a weather person, but we are following their advisories. It's in effect until 10 a.m., so hopefully we see some relief through the rest of the day, but we're going to be seeing heavy rain from Wednesday through Friday, so we can anticipate those flooded roads. But right now we haven't received any report of impassable roadways.
Right. Well, hopefully we won't have to, see you at any heavy weather briefings or anything. I mean, we do like seeing you and talking to you, but please no.
I mean, what are you guys tracking though, Jenna?
Well, right now, National Weather Service gave us a little bit of an update. We're looking at more of a rain event. The most recent information that they have out for the rain that we're expecting, the current model guidance that they told us about, the potential rainfall amount is 5 to 10 inches across the region for the remainder of the week, which is a lot for Guam. Yeah. Originally, they were anticipating about 1 inch of rain per day all through the rest of the week. So this is definitely going to be a lot of the information that we're trying to get out are really for those that are living in flood-prone areas. We're advising the community to take action now. Of course, it's raining now, but we're looking at heavier rains to start as early as tomorrow. So you can start taking action by clearing the drainage areas around your home, unblocking your storm drains, anything that you have around your area that can help alleviate some of that flooding. You're advised to take that action now.
Good to know. Also, a heads up, I think I saw something from your office regarding sirens?
Yes, we did issue the reminder this morning. Typically we put that all over our social media too, but we appreciate your help getting the message out. We'll be conducting our standard test, our monthly test this afternoon at 3:15 for the All Hazards Alert Warning System sirens. This is a joint test that we're doing with our military partners. So you can anticipate to hear those sirens today at 3:15. It's not connected to an emergency. It's just part of our monthly test. So that's happening today at 3:15.
Since we do have you on, and I don't want to get into COVID just yet, the Great ShakeOut.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming up, right?
Yes, October 21st at 10:21 a.m. Guam will be participating in, it's actually a worldwide earthquake drill. It's typically on the third Thursday of the month. So this year it's on October 21st, 10:21 a.m. We're trying to encourage the community to practice their earthquake procedure. It's just drop, cover, and hold on from wherever you are for 1 minute. We appreciate your help in getting that. I know that you guys typically air the sound of an earthquake. So it's good to tune in and actually practice your earthquake procedure. Some people, even schools, they go as far as practicing their evacuation procedure, which is really important, especially now during a pandemic. How will you practice social distancing? Do all the students know exactly where, how to get under their desk properly, but still be away from others? So it's really just practicing your earthquake drill. That way we're all prepared for when it really does happen.
Yeah, we usually go live with that, and people get an
Yes.
opportunity to see Jason like drop and get underneath the desk, and sometimes he fits underneath there, and sometimes he doesn't. It's always funny to watch
Yeah.
it live.
There's a great video
Please
of me
share
actually
any
hitting my
photos.
head when I was practicing.
Oh no, yeah, see, and that's why it's important to practice your drill, to make sure you're able to do it safely for when it actually does happen.
But Jenna, if I may, one thing that I know in working with you guys for several years now on this exercise and everything is the kids really enjoy it because they feel that it's something they do together and it's something that they kind of like take ownership of. But this isn't a lesson lost as they mature, maybe like they get into middle school, high school, and everything like that. Like kids really take this lesson to heart and they really remember it as they get older, right? Do you find that?
Absolutely, yeah, when we go out and do community outreach, which we miss so much, but when we do, we ask them, what do you do when there's an earthquake? The first answer is stop, drop, and roll. So we're able to teach them, okay, that's for fire, drop, cover, and hold on is for earthquake, and that's right, they take that. Once we teach them that, especially when they're young, they take that for when they're older, so absolutely.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
All right, and
Yeah.
then okay, so with COVID,
Here we go.
what's the update on that consolidated facility? I mean, is that still something we're looking
Yeah,
at?
that's still in the works. We're looking at the bid to be open by October 11th. So that's right around the corner. That consolidation will happen within this month. But in the meantime, the quarantine facility and isolation facilities are still operational, at least all the way up until the bid is open on October 11th.
And how big? I mean, is that kind of specified in the what is it, RFP or the bid? Like how many rooms we're going to need, etc.
It is, and it is based on the updates that were provided by Department of Public Health. Unfortunately, I don't have the specifics or the guidance in front of me, but it does include all of those specifics for what Department of Public Health, with guidance from our federal partners, have provided for what the quarantine and isolation facility can look like if it's consolidated.
Okay, and are we still looking at it to possibly be like in Tumon?
I won't be able to speak on who will be chosen. Okay. All the different vendors have an opportunity to bid once it's open.
Okay. And for the ISOFAC, is it full?
No, not at this time. The ISOFAC, I do have the count. The current count is 101 persons. The occupied rooms are at 73 right now.
And I'm sorry, I always forget. So how many rooms does the contract call for, and then the ability to surge?
Sure, it calls for up to 100 rooms. We're at 73 occupied rooms right now. The ability to surge doesn't have an exact number on top of that. That's something that we work directly with the vendor. But there is an ability to surge beyond that 100 if needed.
Mm-hmm. And how long is this contract for? Just curious, or does it just kind of...
It did end on September 30th originally, and then there was a rollover all the way up until the consolidation is complete. So it'll be in effect until the consolidation is done.
And the timeline for the consolidation?
Well, the bid opens October 11.
Mm-hmm.
And we can anticipate the vendors to jump on that pretty quickly. So we'll see some movement within that week right after.
Mm-hmm. And the QFAC, how many what's the occupancy there?
Right now, the current PAX is 12 people with 8 occupied rooms.
And we pay for the unoccupied rooms still?
Yes, that's correct. Up to 74 rooms. And this too will be in effect all the way up until the consolidation is complete.
Mm-hmm. Are we up to date with the payments for the ISOFAC and the QFAC?
It's still ongoing. Currently, we have for DUCIT for the QFAC, we have an unpaid invoice of about $5.6 million. Paid though is over $39 million.
Since what? Since when?
That's since October 1st, 2020.
What about for the ISOFAC?
Isolation facility, there's an unpaid invoice of about $2.5 million and a paid invoice of about $9.9 million.
Are you able to say whether or not they've been reimbursed by FEMA, any of these payments out of the 39 or the 9.9?
So we do have an amount of obligated funds, which is an approved. It's an amount that's approved for reimbursement by FEMA. Specifically for non-congregate shelters, that's a packet as a whole. It's not just for the shelters themselves, but all of the services that are included with it. There has been an obligation of funds of about between March 21st through June 20th, 2020, of about 2.5 million. And then again from June 21st to September 2020 of about 1.7 million. But at this time, this is an ongoing process. We continue to submit all of the relevant documentation to ensure that these reimbursements are requested.
And that's the 4.2 you said for the ISOFAC and the QFAC, right?
For non-congregate shelters as a whole, yes.
That would be
included in there as well.
So only 4.2 in reimbursements /
It's
obligated?
Yeah. Approved for reimbursement by FEMA, yes.
So that's, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I'm clear. 4.2 for the, 50 million that we've paid so far?
That's correct. But again, this is an ongoing process. It won't be over until it's completely over, but we still continue to submit all of the documentation. The review process is really extensive. We want to make sure that we're counting every single item and making sure that on their end, FEMA is able to review it properly with all the documentation too.
Do they reimburse for unoccupied rooms?
I would have to double check. I can double check on that and get back to you, Bree.
Do you have a breakdown of all the money that's been paid? Like how many was paid out actually for rooms that were used versus how many were paid for unoccupied rooms?
I don't have that data in front of me, but that's something I can go back and look at too.
Yeah. And then you'll get back on whether or not FEMA reimburses for unoccupied rooms.
Yes. At this time, I don't think so, but I'll confirm.
Has there ever been any point that the ISOFAC was full to capacity?
No, not at this time. It hasn't been full to capacity.
Okay, not once since.
No.
What about the QFAC? Has it ever been full to capacity at any time?
No, not full to capacity. There was also the ability to utilize another building, but it wasn't full to capacity, no.
I see. Okay.
What was the peak capacity at the isolation facility?
Unmute.
Sorry, I don't have that data too, but I can double check on that too, Chris.
Okay, just because we had an interview with a lady and people were talking about calling down there. I know you know this. Yeah, and so there was a bunch of comments about it.
I think
Sorry, what were the?
Yeah, I think when that story happened, and I actually reached out to Jenna, and they weren't aware of ever turning anybody away from the ISOFACs.
Right.
So
yeah, we did check in with public health, and those that stay in the isolation facility were those that went through the actual process, and their information was reported through Department of Public Health. So it wasn't just something that people could just walk up to and say, "Hey, I'm positive. Can I stay here?" So there was a process to it, and all of those that properly went through that weren't turned away.
All right, Jenna. Well, thank you so much for all the updates. Chris, did you have anything?
No, I'm good.
All right. Anything else, Jenna, you wanted to get out?
Just a reminder to the community, we're expecting a lot of rain this coming week. We want to ensure that you're staying up to date with the most up-to-date information. Contact our office if you need. If you're unable to get information through Facebook or even online, you can call us at 475-9600. We'll be pushing out more information through this week with National Weather Service, and we just appreciate your help in getting the information out. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you,
All right,
everyone.
stay safe, stay
Bye.
dry.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, guys, and come back with more of the link next. Good morning.
Catch Sports Link on the
We know
KUNU
you're
News
tired
Morning
of
Show.
hearing about COVID-19. Some of you are probably wondering whether this is ever going to end. However long it takes, we all have to do our part, including our children, to hold the line. You can protect yourself and your family by getting vaccinated.
And if you're already vaccinated,